Hi, this is James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to share a book about wine with you today. Yes, I always talk about wine and really have a specific label to pin down when I do a review. And I think it's really important to hone in on some really great books that are out there because, you can go online and there's a lot of content about wine. And sometimes when you're looking for something specific or you're looking for maybe a subject area, you're finding a little content versus a lot of content that you might expect to be there. So this is one great book that I found actually that was given to me, and I just would like to highlight. It's called The Wine Guide to California's Sierra Foothills. And I think it's a really important book because when you look at this region, it really gets overshadowed. In fact, a lot of regions of California get overshadowed by really known wine areas like wine regions like Napa and Sonoma. So when you think outside that, there's other regions that really, have a little more difficult time coming to, talk about their wines just because it's not in those specific regions. And I think that's where wine books like this come into play. I think there's a lot of information, there's a lot of content. And what I really like, this is a book by Dalen and Ken McCowan, and it's 312 pages, and it's talking about wineries in Nevada, Placer, El Dorado, Amador, and Calaveras counties. And I think it's really important to do because this is an area, California Sierra Foothills. It's a lot of people think it's just Zinfandel, and a lot of it can be and is Zinfandel, but not all of it. There's a lot of Italian varietals. There's Viognier. There's so many things in this region that it's nice to have a book like this talk about individual wineries, and it talks about going from one region to the next, and maybe there's things to do along the way. Maybe there are things that are not wine related to do. And what I really like a lot about this book is it's just its tone. It's really so respectful. It's giving factoids and information about each winery, maybe the personalities behind them, that if you were to visit, you might miss that altogether. So I think this is how wine books are really important. So for me, it was a fun read. It was easy to read. It was something that, for me, I've not been, well, I passed through the Sierra Foothills. I've never stopped in to go to a winery. And now it's really, this is something that after reading this, I'm like, I've got to go. And maybe I can't go at the end of this year, 2011, but 2012 is really the time that I'll do that because it's for me, this is really the highlight, the important part. So again, this book is really a fun read, easy to read, and really gives you some great places to visit. I give this book a 9.2 out of a 10.0 scale, just as I do in my wine reviews. I'll do this for wine books and other affiliated items with wine. So for more reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Vimeo. Salud.